Why do we fall for it every time? The same mistake that lot made. Well, it's the eyes. You can't keep them still, or else crossing the road becomes a nightmare. But they do need a bit of direction from us. Otherwise, they become the enemy's most useful tool. Just think how many adverts cross our line of sight every day, almost unnoticed and mostly unfiltered. Now, he can use that stuff. So he'll fight to keep control of our eyes. For example, in Matthew 6, there are 3 things which actually should be ways of giving our eyes, both our physical ones and our inward ones, the direction that they need. Ways of humbling ourselves and breaking the cycle of sort of slavish obedience to the world's desires. So, for instance, giving. What we're actually saying is, now let's see, how can this money in my hand meet the needs of this other person? When we're praying, we're looking in all sorts of ways for God's kingdom to come. When we're fasting, we are deliberately breaking the link between seeing and wanting and getting. And in its place, we put God first. Should work. All too often it doesn't. Because all 3 of those things can also be done with more than half an eye on impressing other people. In which case, our eyes are still wide open for use in leading us into temptation. We're still training them, basically, to look out for number 1 all the time. So, although it doesn't seem related to falling to this temptation, we've got to be really on our guard against hypocrisy. Be real all the time. And yes, it is a danger. Otherwise, Jesus wouldn't warn about it. And then we need a proper set of values. And we're thinking here particularly about Matthew 6, verses 19 to 24. When we're faced with some voice trumpeting yet another once-in-a-lifetime opportunity, buy this lottery ticket and you could win millions, we've got to be armed with the right questions. Questions like, will it last? Can I take it with me? What will it do to my relationship with the eternal God? Hang on, why do I need more than enough? We need to be able to see as well the dangerous potential that our possessions have to take charge of our lives. And it's no use our just having those values tucked away in some inaccessible part of our brains. They aren't our values at all unless we use them. We use them to answer the adverts back. We use them when we're making our choices. If this valuable object that I bought is ruling my life, making demands on me that prevent me giving my all to God, well, I better get rid, hadn't I? They're only my values if I apply them. One more thing from Matthew 6:25 forwards. We are to cultivate contentment. No, it's not just a feeling that might come and it might go. There's something I can do about it. Godly contentment is something that grows in me as I obey him. Instead of worrying, which is negative meditation, where I direct my gaze on all the dreadful things that might happen and could mess up my life, I look at all the other stuff that God created. Birds, flowers, Observe how he is faithfully providing for their needs. Now, these birds and flowers, these are less important than people in the great scheme of things. But it doesn't seem to stop Heavenly Father from lavishing care and attention on them. Conclusion, I belong to him. He knows what I need. I have enough. The most potent advertising in the world won't help the enemy lead us astray. If we aren't worried, we know we have enough. We apply godly values to assessing life's opportunities, and by the Spirit, we consistently live with our eyes fixed on our Father in heaven. Just remains for me to say, if you have been, thank you for listening. See ya.